I'm making a video on how to repair a Disa valve of a BMW M54 engine, including the M52TU and M56. Let's start from the O-ring and the flap driver, mounting pin, and the lock. All this I bought online. These are the tools that you need, including the torque T40 to remove the bolts. To start, this is the diesel bulb in the engine. This is the electrical connector, and this is the upper bolt. There are only two bolts, and the other one is on the bottom bolt. So now we'll remove that one using a T40. Of course, before you remove, you have to remove first the electrical connector using the pin. So using the T40, we'll try to remove it. Both bolts are easy to remove. And once you remove the bolt, slowly pull the Disa valve on the intake. Once you remove, make sure that the pin is there. It might cause an engine trouble when that pin drops in the cylinder. Once you remove the Disa valve, look at the O-ring. It's like orange and flat. Now it's time to remove the back cover of the flap where the flap driver is located. I'll try to remove the mounting pin on top of the flap using a cutter. Make sure you have a protection to your eyes when removing this stuff. May cause serious injuries. I use the cutter once I and finally remove the mounting pin from the flap. And next is to remove this lock. It's really easy to remove the lock. Next is to remove the arm of the solenoid or solenoid rod. Remove the flap driver, and I broke the one tip in order for me to remove it. Since I will not use it, I'll replacing a new one. Then I have to remove the flap from the diesel bulb. I'd like to point out that this hole is very important. These are vacuum intake. Make sure to clean this, and then I'll remove the old O-ring, and replace a new one. And then we will put the flap. This is an original BMW flap. I bought it online. Putting the flap driver. Now make sure to close that flap, and then putting the flap driver is all the way to the right of the diesel bulb. Once you put it, it's so hard to get it back, so make sure you do it right the first time. And then you have to put the solenoid rod. Next is to put the lock that comes in the kit that I bought it online. Next is to put the mounting pin. Make sure to secure this mounting pin to the diesel valve. I use a long nose or anything that I also use this cutter make sure that the mounting pin is secured. Next is to cover the back of the flap. Then my next move is to put this O-ring. This is separate. I bought the O-ring for less than $5, $5. And then I'll put a little bit of grease once I put it inside the engine. Before I put it, I make sure I clean it first. I just use a brake cleaner, and here I put a little bit of engine oil so that I will not have a hard time putting it in place. Next, I wipe the excess oil with a blot and spray with the brake cleaner. Now I'll try to put it back in place. This job is very easy, so now as you can see on the side, I can still see my O-ring. I have to push it all the way, secured, and that will solve my vacuum leak. Now I can put all the bolts, 2 bolts, the upper and the bottom bolt, and using the T40 to tighten it. Don't tighten it so much because it may cause damage to your Disa valve. And lastly is to put that electrical connector. And thank you for watching. That's how simple to repair your Disa valve. Click subscribe if you like the video. Thank you once again.